May 21st, 2020. I just quickly wanted to make a note about something I was thinking as I listened to Dr. Rhonda Patrick on JRE just now. There will be a tendency, I would bet, towards leaning away from emphasis on strength or flexibility or stamina, endurance, physical attributes that denote health, like physical benchmarks that can then be used as metrics to understand health. There's going to be a pulling away from that. And she mentioned that she wasn't all that interested in red light therapy or sauna. I think it was sauna. For the muscle gain benefits or for the health necessarily, physically speaking, benefits that you might receive, that the sauna might induce. Her reason for doing it was because she felt good and it was good for her. And much more subjective terminology. I think that's a problem, that she's a scientist and she speaks that way. And I noticed several other things. Like in that same podcast, for example, Joe Rogan asked her minutes before that, how come a 4,000 milligrams, or a specific dose, I think it was around 4,000 milligrams, of vitamin D are the ceiling, the max, why she would take 5,000. And her answer was that, well, because she had a 5,000 milligram pill, and that was more convenient than taking 2,000 for a total of 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C, I believe. It could be D, not important. The point here is that it seemed very unscientific of her to take 5,000 just because the pill was formulated conveniently to have 5,000 of the unit, 5,000 milligrams, I believe, of the vitamin C or vitamin D. It seems like a scientist, in practice, not in theory, a scientifically minded individual in practice would make sure that he controls the variables like those to a stricter degree than just going, well, because the jar says 5,000, then I just took the one out of the jar instead of grabbing the jar that says 2,000. Okay, I think I made my point. So minutes after that, she says something that struck this thought, which is why I'm recording. Why would she emphasize how she feels, what it does to her mental state? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to denigrate it, it's very important. But what I'm trying to say right now is that overall health is all-encompassing, and you cannot neglect areas and overemphasize other areas. And it seems that by singling out the psychological benefits of an activity and undervaluing the physical aspects of that same activity, you're causing a schism that is unnecessary and unwarranted. There's a division that you don't need to form that false dialectic. Like it's again, it seems kind of weird that a scientist who's been vetted by the establishment so as to be able to participate in the JRE experience, that she would very lackadaisically, very not like confess that, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just me, like, let me know. Confess that I don't take 4,000, which was the recommended maximum allowance of that vitamin, because I take the 5,000 pill instead of taking 2,000. Again, this same person who's a scientist, a research scientist, is then later on saying that the only thing she really cares about nowadays, keywords, is that it's mentally beneficial, that there are mental benefits to this exercise protocol or dietary regimen or whatever, insert fad name here, like whatever's the new fad. And my problem with it right now, the reason I'm making this video, is because you have no way to measure the results. It's all snake oil at that point. Anybody and everybody can say that they feel groovy, that they just feel warm inside, and like that's what they were going for and getting. Ooh, I feel like rumblies in my tumbly, you know? But I think we all want to see results. I think we all want to feel better. I think we all want to improve. I think our lives, if they're going to have meaning, it's because we're moving in a direction, in a particular direction that we've aimed at and that we set up as our target, and we're getting closer and closer to that. And I think that to believe that health is somehow separate from that is a little bit ridiculous. Health in its mental and its physical aspects are completely tied together. There's no separating them. They like, and the spiritual and the psychosocial, like, if you really believe that you are improving yourself just for your own selfishness, improvement of yourself, you're wrong. Like, if you improve yourself physically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, you're also doing it for the team. You're doing it for all of us. It just works that way. Even if you don't want to, even if you want to like hoard all of that to yourself, it won't happen. It will trickle down. So to speak. Yeah, I hate using that language. It's corrupt, you know, like, you know where it comes from. And it's a concept that puts you in a box, and it's a concept in a box that I don't want to put myself or anyone into. So, yeah. Do the same things you should do every day. Be with your friends, have solid meals, interact with nature as much as possible, get the best sources, best ingredients to nourish your body, try to produce everything endogenously instead of consuming it exogenously. It's like walking on eggshells, you know? You can't say certain things. But read between the lines and just engage in a better routine every day a little bit better, 10% better, you know, it'll add up to a lot. Just my thoughts for today, you know, why would this very well-respected scientist postulate in sentence form for the masses to hear and mull over? Why would she phrase it that way? Oh, you know, like, the main thing about like exercise or like health is all about feeling good. And I think the conclusion I'm coming to is because I might be able to make you feel good with a product. You know what kind of products, all kinds. There's several kinds of products, but it's, at the end of the day, it's always the same. Work, do more, work, more for yourself, for others, for everybody, for yourself. Like, you'll get to see it. It's just for yourself. It's just for you.